Hello, it's 14 Silver X, and we're back again working on our scrolling shooter game. And so last time we made two new enemies, and now we are going to make our first boss appear in the game. So we need a new sprite. Call it Boss 1. And this one is going to be a bit bigger than our normal enemies. "100 by 100. Alright, so now design your boss however you want. Make it big and intimidating, and then we'll set it as an object. So this is my boss for now. Um, I'll redraw it later. So that's my boss sprite. So now let's make an object. And name it boss1 and give it the sprite. Alright, so now we need to give our boss, well, first we have to make our boss enter the room. And we can't just do it with enemy creator, because then it'll just appear. And that doesn't look right, really. So what we want to do is, we can do this two ways. We want the boss to seem like he's entering the room. So what we're going to do, one of two ways, is in boss 1, we can either set a path, which is minorly complicated, or we can change the sprites to make it look like he's entering the room. And so what we can do is when he gets created, it moves down a while. So let's give it a vertical speed of 10. Then we'll also set our alarm in main 2, and it has to be a right number of steps. An alarm 0, then an alarm 0. Set the vertical speed to 0, and it can start moving around the room. And then using step, or actually not step, change, intersect boundary. Alright, so then if this works, then we can keep the alarm as it is, or we'll have to change it. So right now our boss will enter and bounce around the room. Then we go to our enemy creator, and instead of space rock, for now I'm just going to set it to our boss, except it'll create multiple bosses. So what you want to do is, once enemy is larger than something, or we can make a new variable for boss, but this will increase enemy. So instead, what we're going to do is when enemy is larger than 4. But right now, so yeah, enemy larger than 4. So instead of creating a new advanced enemy, we're just going to bring our boss in, but for testing purposes, I'm just going to bring him in once we start the game. So we don't even need the die. We just say create. Make sure you put it in the right place. We create the boss, and this will create it at the enemy creator. So let's create it in the middle of the top of the room. So open up your room, find where the middle sort of is, and so that's y. We can leave y at 0, so x is 416. Leave relative off, and this should create our boss once we run the game. And instead I did something wrong. Oh, I said space rock. Oh, look at me. Alright, now, and also another problem is this will continuously create our boss object. So, once our boss is created, we don't want it to be created anymore. So what we want to do is it creates it. So right here, we just take this part, we cut it, in alarm 0, we paste. And this will say it will increase enemy, and then if enemy is larger than 4, or if enemy is equal to, because we only want it to happen this one time, it will create our boss. So, right now, set it at 1. So now we have to wait for our level 1 enemy to appear before our boss comes out. And our boss has come out, and it has exited, which means my alarm is too big. We have given our boss too much time. So, when it creates, set the vertical speed of 10. Maybe that's a bit too fast. But that's the same speed as the room, so that's fine. We make the alarm smaller. Yeah, 500 was a bit too much. Alright, so let's start that again. And we must wait. And that's a bit better. It's just a bit too close still. Alright, so set that a bit smaller. 10. Then we don't have to worry about that right now. So now let's make our boss shoot at us and stuff. Alright, so we know shot 3 is the one that homes onto people, and shot 2 just goes straight. So we're going to have our boss shoot a mix of those. So step, then we're going to use our chance thing. It's going to more often shoot the ones that fire straight than the ones that home onto us. So for this one, I'm going to put 15. The other one, 25. So 15, we'll create this, our shot 2, and now we want it to create sort of on a random position, so we're going to use that random function. iRandom range, and our sprite is 100 by 100, but since it's centered, it's 50 on each side, and the sprite isn't even that big, so -30 to 30, and we'll just leave it in the middle. Speed and direction, I don't think we did that, because nope, we do speed and direction, or speed. 11. Let me just look what we did the speed as. Alright, so our speed is 30. Somebody logged on. 30, direction, we want it down to 70. Alright, now let me look at enemy 3. Alright, it still shoots it down. Okay, so for this one, shot 3, actually just duplicate there, copy, paste, drag it down, switch the object to shot 3, and I forgot to do relative. Please check the relative box, and now it should start shooting at us. Now we want to give our boss its own health. Excuse me. So we can't really use like the health and the health bar, because since there's only one, it would decrease our health. So one of you asked that. So if you set the boss health and you use in the score, you can only set 1 health. using this, and we already used it as ours, so we're going to have to do a separate one. So we're going to, and for the boss, we're not going to be able to see its health. So for now, we can, I guess I can try that after this video. So right now, we're going to set the boss health. Let's call it B health. Let's give it 100, or you can give it to how many shots it would take for it to die, but I'm just going to leave it as 100. And when it collides with our shot, it's going to take damage, so that our boss health will decrease. And let's destroy this one. 20 shots? Relative. Alright, so that might take 20 or maybe more. Jeez, I'm bad at math. Alright, so now, also, when we run into it, we don't want to just be flying over it. Since it's a massive boss and we're just a tiny ship, when we run into it, we're just going to die. And the boss may take some more damage, but basically, we die. So, collision with player 1. The B health will go down. -20, and we will go down, or we will die. Let's see. Our player does the health. So if health is smaller than 1, alright, so we just have to set the player's health to 0. See, because it doesn't even give you an option, because there's only 1 health, so we're going to set that to 0. Alright, so health will be 0, our boss health will go down, and it will shoot at us, so then that's our boss, and it won't come back. Alright, so now we have to make our boss die. And that will be, we test the boss health. Smaller than 1. And now we make our boss explode. And if we just look back at player 1, right here, we can just copy this. Copy. Paste. Move that. Put another block there. And instead of explode 2, we're going to use explode 1. And instead of 16, we're going to use 30. Alright, so now let's test out our boss. For those of you who do not know, just by pressing F4 will make the screen bigger. Alright, so our boss is working well. Let me go see if this will work. Nope. So our boss is dead. We just forgot to tell it to destroy itself. So, open up your boss and take that recycle bin. Oops, cancel. And it will happen after. Okay, so it'll happen after that. So once our health's down, it creates his health's down, creates all that, and explodes. Alright, so now our boss will appear on later in the game. How much time have I used? I don't know. Save the game. And I guess I can try making the health bar. So with here, you can draw a rectangle. And I guess you can set certain variables to what the health is. That might just work. So I'm going to add event draw. You have to put all these drawing stuff in here, but you also have to remember you have to draw the sprite. Alright, so our boss will go there. Let's make a rectangle. Oh, I hate these rectangles. It's going to go relative on our boss, so that might make it a bit easier. Alright, so our first x value -50, that should put it at the edge of this boss. The y1, move it up like 110. Now wait, if we're moving it up, it's 50. Just remember, up is negative. x2, that will be this way, and that we will set that to health minus 50. Let's see, is that what we want? So yes, health minus 50. Or B health. y2. That'll be 50. It'll be filled. And I guess we have to set a color to it. And just give it a red health bar. And let's see if that works. Let me just check to make sure that our enemy creator is... So all the bosses will go here, and I'll change that later. Alright, so let's test this out. Get some easy points. Or just learn the controls because you didn't read the instructions, even though there are no instructions yet. And our rectangle just might be a bit big, and I think I know why. So, yep, I didn't put a negative here. Alright, so just to speed things up, then right here you have a setting. If you increase the setting, everything just moves a whole lot faster. It makes the game somewhat harder, so you can change the speed if you want. I'm just going to use it right now so we don't have to wait. This is like hardcore mode, setting it to 100. I kind of like it like this. There's our boss with the health bar. I think I died, or that was somebody else. So now when we shoot the boss, its health bar does get out of here, go down, and it does explode. And I have died, I just can't tell. And our enemies are appearing. I have no idea what's going on. And I died. And I still got the high score. Yippee, and I'm back alive. Alright, so that was it. Don't forget to save your game. Please subscribe. Look out for other videos. And I think I just realized something. I don't think our shots destroy themselves when they hit our boss, which does like extra damage, which makes it a bit easier. Ooh. Alright, so let's head back to 30. Our boss 1, take the recycle bin, say other. Alright, so that's good. And yeah, so that's it. I will try to recolor those later. Just watch out for the next video, and next time we will do power-ups to protect us. And then after that, our game is mostly done. All you have to do is make better enemies, so I guess we can go over that after power-ups and maybe special stuff, more bosses, etc. So again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm surprised I do have this many subscribers. To be honest, I wasn't quite expecting it, but so thanks to all who subscribe. Don't forget to save your game. And yeah, thanks for watching.